They'll be calling you a radical. You think those things have dropped off a cliff? But they don't care. So, how pitiful was that up there yesterday? Oh, it was pitiful. By the way, the numbers for Munoz were much worse than they look. Some of the catches that Hurry made, oh my God, did he play excellent. But I watched it in spring all year. I knew that he won out. They competed for wide receiver. And by the way, 47 yards of that was a Hail Mary at the end of the game that was underthrown by at least 10 yards. Remind me of the Rashid Shaheed days. And Hayes Hadley made the great Hayes Hadley. I feel so sorry for these marquee players. This is the way they're going to go out with their careers because they're all bowling. So here you got the number one player probably in the entire conference. And he's fully dressed. He's not sick. He's not injured, standing on the sidelines. Even Klauke asked Mickey Mantle about it. He says, well, that could have been the difference in this game. He says, Abraham Williams is standing there. I saw him. He's standing there in full clothes. He looked fine. And he didn't play it. And, yeah, he's a great you heard his press conferences? Are they pitiful? This is the greatest meltdown. This is the most disappointing season in the history of Weber State athletics. And that's saying a lot, Randy Ray. That's saying a lot, Jody Sears. I mean, this team was a preseason top 10 with multiple returning All-Americans on it, which was a team that very disappointingly, because of Snapgate, very well might have won the national championship last year with all of them returning. They won't win a home game. You think they're going to beat Idaho? They got to talk. I will quote freaking Bruce Hanley right there. What's a chance of turning this Titanic, corrupt, losing, economic bleeding team around? Sports Illustrated 1994. Bruce Hanley, the All-American football player, the dean at the number one school of business in the United States. I'm standing next to him. A snowball's chance in hell. I think Hanley was probably right. Should have turned it into men's soccer because Jay Hill, now it's being proven, was a total aberration. He was a total aberration. And what he did, even though he turned this Titanic, pitiful program around, they can't help themselves. They go right back to their degenerate, sickening ways. So this is important because I've seen this dog and pony show before at the Weber State School of Business. This university is degenerate. I mean, it's pitiful. I mean, you should hear the call during the game. Oh my God, it's so sad and pitiful. Casey Scott of there yelled, oh my God, freaking go have another shot. I mean, Baggett up there has no clue who these players even are. Playing music during plays on second down. I mean, oh my God. Same old freaking clan. So when I was at the School of Business, the student professor, this in the 90s became this, we were beyond world famous, Weber State University. How's a public boutique university? What do we have, 12,000 students? Not even that. The number one school of business in the United States via the testing. Not some opinion. Beating Wharton, beating Harvard, beating Princeton. I remember being on Wall Street. A guy come up to me and he says, I understand you're a Weber State grad from School of Business. Yeah. He says, oh my God. That school's the most famous business school in the United States. I says, yeah. He says, what is it? It's a public school, right? Yep. You telling me it's not? And it's cheap? Yeah. All these famous people coming out of here? Yeah. I says, good luck getting through it. One word, Clyde Cooley. Clyde Cooley. So I found this. And so they came in. Now, why would you do that? Reward for failure around here. So they come in, Warren Buffett, Bill Childs, takes our school fucking business. And I'm like, no. 2 weeks before we get our MBA program, the most famous finance professor in the history of the United States, Clyde Cooper, gets something. I used to say all the time, what'd you put in his tea? You know, and these oligarchs from China roll in. Look what I found here. So the fans booing the other night. I mean, they're booing. I haven't heard fans booing here since Jody Sears. And one of the fans they were making paper airplanes out of the program. And going like that. Going towards the, when I find it out here, I found it. So I feel so sorry for these players because they're so good. I mean, and back to the school business. So what did they do? They gutted it, they tore it to shreds, they ripped it out, and then they rewarded themselves for failure. They doubled their salaries for going from first to worst. Same thing here. Jay Hill bolts to BYU. He had offers for years. He got it out because he told me, I want to finish this. You know, and he almost did, but Snapgate, it was over. And, you know, they lose them. I mean, I really think they were a national championship team last year, and they're all returning. How many All-Americans are on this team? What's the rate? And by the way, I want to talk about this. Thank you for the walnut there, comrade. Freaking, there's an old school business freaking grad back in the 90s. So, I'm at the graduate program thing the other day, and there's the same pitiful recruiting. So there's a guy right over here. He's from Indiana. He tells me, I run into bars. Says, I teach economics at Weber State. Oh, really? This is just a couple years ago. And I'm like, and he started bad-mouthing, well, we just don't have good enough students in Utah. And I looked at him. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Try me. Now, remember, this is an economics guy. The dean who was there, they'd had like 8 deans since then, or 9. I'm like, are you fucking for fucking real? Why would they go to your shithole fucking school? You seen your scores? They can read scores. We have 5 marquee business schools in this country. We all burned our fucking credentials. I told what's his name, you know, they owe me the first MBA. I run this MBA program when Dr. Cooley dropped it, and I watched it just unreal, and, you know, Chinese all got it. I told these 2 mucks that are sitting there, we've talked to you before. I said, look at you. I says, you know that first MBA you guys owe me? You know, if you give it to me, you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to wipe my ass on it and fucking burn it. You guys are fucking clowns. You got to be proud of yourself. And this guy's bad-mouthing Utah students. You need to pack your shit and go back to fucking Indiana, I told him. Westminster, University of Utah, Utah State, all went. You think they're kind of Utah State? I mean, then I started talking to him about Mariner Eccles. By the way, Mariner Eccles, all his money was made here. And Spencer and all those guys, they're not his freaking kid. His 2 children both died young. It's his money, his $1 billion endowment. They took it and ran it up to Park City. And University of Utah go to fucking give new trucks to fucking a bunch of LA kids. Well, that's what Mickey's trying to do. Ricky's trying to fucking get rid of this fucking recruiting local fucking players. Abraham Williams is local. So is Winston fucking Reed. By the way, Maxwell Anderson is starting to remind me, and Maxwell Anderson, I did the play-by-play of his first game in San Diego when Rashid ran the kickoff back to win the game on his birthday, and they threw a phantom flag. Maxwell Anderson set the school record for tackles in that game. I'm the guy. How come nobody knows? Because nobody keeps proper stats around here. Klauke tries a little bit. We love Klauke. He's awesome. And he don't even work for the school. So, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This is the biggest disappointment in fucking Weber State sports history, Barnett. This is a top 10 pick. We spent all that money, get the brand new field, fucking got the crowd back. Everybody's amped up. The biggest crowd we had here in 40 fucking years. And Mickey Mental. Oh, fuck. He's worse than Jody Sears. I take it back. He's the worst I've ever seen. There's no way you can take a team preseason top 10 and just this Eastern Washington team up there is fucking way down this year. Way down. I mean, they're not any good. This top 10 program fucking with all these world-class athletes gets beat by them. Well, when you start an 18-year-old Richie He's not even close to fucking ready. And his fucking, at least he didn't turn it over a bunch of fucking times. You know, but when you got Abraham Williams standing there on the sideline, just the best player probably in the country. Well, at this division of football, he could play anywhere he wants. You're going to see a max exodus out of here like refugees from Fukushima, like refugees from fucking Chernobyl. It's going to look like the Egyptian fucking border here in another fucking couple weeks. These poor I feel fucking sorry. They're loaded with fucking talent. These players are being abused to the 10th fucking power by this fucking whack job. Who the fuck hired him? How the fuck do you fucking do this? You hire a high school fucking coach, a dude with no fucking experience, and he's supposedly offense? This fucking guy makes fucking Jody Sears and fucking Matt Hammer look like fucking Dick Vermeil. It makes him look like fucking Eric Coryell. Looks him like Sid Gilman. I mean, this is the worst offensive coordinator in the history of football. He was brought in for offense. They have none. You know, they got such great players. Again, I was at practice every day. I just watched who won out. I knew this guy, and he finally gets him in. He finally plays him. Or he should have been playing the whole fucking time. He won out at practice. I watched the game every day. He, by far and away, fucking won out. Well, who won out at quarterback? It was a fucking like a tie. Weiser and Tiger. Fuck, Weiser and Tiger, that fucking big arm. It was pitiful. It's pitiful. You know, Granny, they're moving a DB. They're running back Butler now. He's trying, you know. And it's disgraceful. So it just proves how degenerate this fucking place is. You know, so I look back on it and, you know, I don't give a fuck how many views this gets. I'm going to record fucking history. Crowd's booing. Oh, they were booing. Fucking. That department here is a fucking clown circus. Oh, it's pitiful. Who the fuck hired this fucking guy? Here you got Coach Duff. Well, both the defensive fucking coaches are excellent. Andre Dyson's the best DB coach in the fucking country, bar none. I mean, it got to the point in the game yesterday, and this is a passing school, Eastern Washington, with a passing team. They won't even. That's the way I watched TJ evolve. TJ was on a really bad team, and he went up by the end. By fucking his senior year, they wouldn't even fucking throw to him. They wouldn't even go to that side of the fucking. That's the way it's gotten with Maxwell Henderson. And they won't even fucking attempt it over there because he's lights fucking out. He'll play in the NFL. My guess is Winston Reed will play in the fucking NFL. Abraham Williams, I can guarantee. And he could play anywhere he wants, you know. Fuck, he grew up in the shadow of the University of Utah. You know, I mean, but, you know, my guess he'll play at BYU next year. I hope. With fucking the incredible, great Jay Hill. I think it's such an honor for I went to my grandson's soccer game, and what athletes those fucking two are. They're 12 years old. They won, and I used to bring them from the whole time they were little to these games with Jay Hill. They got to watch what a winner coach. And, you know, I played for really horrible coaches when I was young, abused by fucking coaches, and I was a real good athlete. I remember I played with Lamar Hershey. Fuck, that guy was the worst. And I was, you know, such a good athlete in so many ways. And, God, he was the worst fucking coach. I remember he moved me off the number one position in track, and I'm like the best half kneeler in the fucking county, probably in the state besides Ed Hightstone. And then I found out years later that he jumped his wife's little brother in front of him, who's in prison for freaking meth right now. I mean, pitiful. So I've taught these coaches my grandkids along the way, good coach, bad coach. If you got a bad coach situation, you fucking quit. You know, they're playing football for some fucking freaks over here, some lunatics. Like, you fucking quit. They got a fucking good soccer coach. You fucking, you know, this guy played professional. It's like, he reminds me a lot of Andre Dyson. Andre Dyson played in the NFL. Andre Dyson, man, fuck. How can they possibly fucking lose? Because they got this offensive guru. If that's an offensive guru, fucking, I'm a rainbow striped fucking zebra. It's worse than Randy Ray. You know, people don't know that Damian Lillard never played an NCAA championship game because Randy Ray was that pitiful. Randy Ray told me right then he didn't have the fuck good enough players to win a tournament. So you mean like Damian Lillard? You like Jerry Hardy? And I gotta watch young players who took the high road. These young grandsons of mine are, they're not so young now, got to grow up watching the likes of Rashid. They're friends with Rashid Shaheed, with Jerry Hardy. And they watched him take the high road. They watched what a fucking real class act, fucking professional, fucking marquee fucking athlete does, even though fucking coaches aren't using them properly. Fuck whatever, they just take the fucking high road and look at them go. My guess is fucking Rashid Shaheed are going to sign somewhere this week. I think it's going to be the 49ers. I honestly do. He's got that cracked shoulder. They're great. They need another receiver. Oh, fuck. You never dropped that can. I just did. They do need a receiver so they don't drop the ball. Okay, Rashid. Rashid never drops the ball. He never did here. Most underpaid athlete in the fucking... Well, he was fucking the most underused athlete in the history of this fucking school. You got marquee athletes on this fucking team. This team is so fucking loaded, and they haven't won a fucking home game. They won't. They're not going to beat Idaho here. They haven't. Idaho State hasn't beat them in decades. They play up there in the old mini dome, which has been remodeled. I loved it. I wish they'd have left it alone. I think they've won like 23 years in a row. 2 weeks. I feel sorry for these athletes. This is the worst coach I've ever seen in his, and they have good coaches. They have excellent defensive coaches. Coach Myers, he's been offered fucking shit all over for years. It's sad they're going to tear it apart. Nice birdie. Dumb and Dumber was filmed here. Remember that scene? I mean, what the fuck's the matter with these fucking degenerates? Oh, I watched it at School Business. How do you go from first to worst? They just did it. They just fucking did it. How can you? It doesn't matter if you have the best athletes in the fucking world if you don't know how to fucking coach. And he has no experience. Richie's 18 fucking years old. He's going to be good. Not now. Well, we're rebuilding. Rebuilding. You're going to fix what's not fucking broken? Fuck, you're a top 10 team in the fucking country with fucking All-Americans all over the fucking yin-yang, and you fucking can't win a fucking... The only game they've won in the Big Sky was a fluke. They got 3 touchdowns in the last 5 fucking minutes of the game by the defense. This offense is the worst I've ever fucking seen in the history of this fucking school. The worst. And that's sad because they got players. The play calling, the play selection, the play design here is absolutely good. Here's fucking... I don't know what the hell the situation is with Abraham. And he won't even tell us. This guy needs to pack his fucking shit and go back to fucking Ohio and get his high school fucking job and look at me. I want to... It's... Oh, fuck, Jay Hill to him is a fucking Bugatti to a fucking Pinto. So, I'm boycotting him? No, so the Idaho game, I'm going to put a sack on my head. I'll wear a sack on my head. And this is no slam against these players. I feel sorry for these fucking players. I mean, there's players in this team that no doubt in my mind are to play in the NFL. Fuck it. Abraham Williams is a 4-3 guy. And Bronson Barron told me last year, standing on the field, he's an NFL guy. And he told me he's prototype. You're really leaving, huh? Yeah. We got a bunch of young receivers that aren't fucking ready, and we got no coach. What do you mean? Jay Hill's leaving. Yeah. He says, this offensive coordinator here is pitiful. I says, Mickey? Oh, he says, you don't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm out. Which he made the right fucking... I look back on it, it's the smartest thing he ever fucking did. Now, Bankston, he can play anywhere he wants in the fucking country. Anywhere. He's that good. He'll bolt. You think Abraham Williams is playing here next year? Well, you saw him stand on the fucking sidelines. He's not hurt. He's not sick. So, Mickey fucking... Disciplinary action for what? Because he probably fucking told him off. I would have too. Oh, fuck. after this fucking thing, the guy's a first rounder in the NFL. He gets to the combine. Remember, she didn't get to go to the combine, on the practice squad. What a story. Abraham Williams is Rashid Shaheed with fucking extra muscle. He's unbelievable. He's a fucking NFL superstar. You think he's playing here next year? This program's over. Fuck, you'll see Duff Bolt. You'll see both defensive coaches. You're gonna see they're gonna get offers all over. Andre Dice can coach anywhere in the fucking country, the world. I mean, the best DB coach in the country, bar fucking none. Why would you take this fucking marquee fucking turnaround? There was a miracle that Jay Hill fucking did. I look back on it. My grandkids were so lucky to fucking, because they know Jay Hill personally. Jay Hill fucking, and they watched what a great fucking coach does with young athletes, local young athletes, local. They also fucking experienced Randy Ray what a bad coach was. By the way, the basketball team coach is excellent, both of them. Daniels and Eric are fucking, this basketball team is, look the fuck out. It's the most talented I've ever seen to have a real coach. So it'll be exciting for, maybe we get the Purple Palace favorite rocking again for fucking the first time in years, because everybody, biggest crowd in years. Well, you should have started the UC Davis game. I never seen people so fucking mad. I mean, they're really two intense young guys that fucking vlog whatever. You should have heard them. Ooh, why can't he put it online? Because I videoed their fucking rant. They fucking went psycho. I guess the economics don't matter. Well, they never did around here. Fucking, they just keep ripping off and looting. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever fucking seen in my fucking life. Ever. This is the greatest meltdown of a marquee football program. This team is, these athletes are all that. This team is fucking as loaded as, I mean, there's almost as much talent as the 2017 team, 2018 team. And if you don't think Jay Hill's legacy, the NFL played a clip of their top fucking 5 plays in the NFL last week, and 3 of the top 5 were Weber State fucking players. Tron Johnson saving the fucking game. Fucking Rashid Shaheed going up over the top and still in that fucking past 50 yards. There's another thing. Rashid, he ain't got no quarterback. Then, of course, you see Jonah Williams sack. Oh, fuck. And then you got, that's not even counting fucking Adam Rodriguez, who's the best defensive player in the history of this school. And I'm going to hammer this. Jamie Martin's the only one up there. You know why? Jamie Martin plays golf with these fucking clique that's here. This whole fucking pathetic clique. The same fucking clique that hired Mickey Mantle. I'm sure Mickey Mantle's probably related to somebody. There's got to be a hook there somehow. I don't know how that fucking happened. He got the head coach over fucking Dyson, over fucking Dove, over Myers. Nice birdie. I saw it in school business. School's degenerate. We had this fucking boutique fucking school. We were becoming this intellectual fucking powerhouse. And I remember Paul Thompson, when he fired a Bagel, says, no. I sat with him that morning when we went up in Seattle. I said in the morning we lost that heartbreaker to go to the Sweet 16 against Florida. I'm like, there's a curse on this school. I call it the Wattis curse, as you know. He says, no, we're an intellectual school. We're the #1 school of business in the country. Kevin, you know that. Yeah, I'm teaching there. I'm a student professor there. We're the #1 nursing school in the country. We're the #1 engine B of the testing, and we're a public school. We're going to turn ourselves into, we're the fucking Ivy League of public universities. I says, that's true. Okay, well, if that's true, you should have killed the football program and put men's soccer, just like Bruce Hamley, the All-American football player, said, because they're bleeding money. It's corrupt. So the NCAA gives them the death penalty, and the NCAA, they appeal it. The NCAA says, clean house, clear them all out. Did they? No. You got the same degenerate fucks. So Jay Hill was just the aberration. And look what he did at BYU yesterday. Oh, he's all that. He's the best coach in the history of this fucking school. In football by fucking miles. So why wouldn't you keep that going? I just told you why, because they're fucking degenerate. I feel sorry for these fucking players. This is the greatest meltdown Well, it's the greatest fucking turnaround. I'm writing a book I just did, published. You know, I don't care how many fucking page fucking. Thank you to the fucking great Jay Hill and what he did here, but everything that he worked so fucking hard for and he fucking did here, the greatest turnaround in fucking maybe sports history of a fucking program. In less than 1 year, they rip it to fucking shreds. Even Jody Sears won one home game. They're not gonna win a fucking home game. Oh, they won that fucking D2's fucking games don't count. Fucking so pitiful. Oh, they played good. Fuck, Eastern Washington's so down this year, and they should have won. Of course, they should have won all these games. So they won't win a home game a year. You know, will I go up to Pokey? Yeah, of course I'll go up there. You know, I love that fucking place. And so the greatest fucking meltdown of a fucking team in fucking one of them in sports history. And it sure ain't the fucking players. You feel like he needs to pack his shit and go back to fucking Ohio and coach fucking, you know, you know, reminds me of that Little League coach my fucking grandkids had over here with the fucking Titans and the Jets. And they were so arrogant, egotistical pieces, and they don't win. I mean, they're just, I mean, it's pitiful. Well, I don't know. You know, I'm sure glad they got to experience a real coach, like Jay Hill, and a real fucking player. You know, they got plenty of real players, all these great players that played here. You know, go Rashid Shaheed. You know, go Jerry Carty. You know, sure glad my grandsons, they're so lucky to be able to fucking watch this and learn. Good coach, bad coach. And see these marquee players, because it'll never happen again now. It's over. These players will fucking flee out of here like fucking refugees in March of 2011 out of Fukushima. The Wattis curse is alive and well. Stay tuned.